Hello everyone, thank you so much for coming back to this channel. By now you might have watched a couple of my videos. The last two I have made was on just awakening and enlightenment and spirituality. And if you have not done that yet, you guys can do it up here by clicking up here. It's just kind of like an introduction of what my channel is about and what I'm gonna be talking about on this channel. So in my previous video, I had made a promise to you guys on helping you how to overcome just the mind, overthinking in general, and how to apply that in your daily life and how to put that in practice. So that's what I'm here for today, to talk about that, just to help you guys how to disidentify from the mind and how to get out of the mind and how to live a better life. First of all, guys, I would like to mention that for me personally, it took 5 to 6 years to actually realize this and to be able to, you know, connect back to my true nature, my true self. And what triggered me was my depression and my anxiety, a really severe form of it. So with that being said, what I had realized when I was in the state of depression, in the state of anxiety, is that I could not control it. And after a few years, I kind of actually got comfortable with the idea that I was not able to control my depression or my anxiety. I kind of just like took a step back from the mind, and I kind of started observing what was going on inside my head. And from that point, it literally started getting less severe. You know, I was able to do things that I wasn't able to do before. And from that realization, I felt like I gained power. I didn't want to control my mind, but I felt like my mind could not take control over my whole existence, my whole consciousness, because I was there as a guardian. I was there as an observer. I was observing my thoughts. I was not labeling them, but I was observing them. By doing that, you don't give power to your mind to keep you trapped in there. There are a couple of practices I can recommend on this. And the first and the most important would be is your sensory perceptions. Your hearing, your vision, tasting, smelling, and touching. So how can we use your sensory perceptions? You can try this out yourself too, whenever you're at home or whenever you're in school or on the road or in your car. You just basically pause for a second. You know, you pause and you start observing. You start paying attention more on what you're hearing, on what you're seeing, on what you're feeling around you. And that will help you get into this field of consciousness, the unconditioned field of consciousness that's within you. It just needs to be explored. So as I said it before too, you need to be fully aware of what's going on around you in your environment and just observe it without labeling. Do not attach labels to whatever you see. Just be there fully in the moment. So that's one of the ways to connect back to the field of your consciousness, the field of your nature, everything that who you truly are. So the second way to stop the stream of your mind and just to be able to take a step back and observe is gonna be in silence, being in silence. So just picture yourself sitting home, relaxing, and there's always something going on. There's always, you're listening to music, you're watching TV, you're never in silence. You are not giving yourself the opportunity to be in silence. Especially today's society is just, it's all about mental noise. You already have a crazy amount of mental noise that's going on in here, the chattering of the mind, you know, the continuous conversations that you're having with yourself in there, and you keep adding to that noise. You keep watching TV, you know, you're listening to music, or you're just, you can't be alone. You literally cannot bear to be by yourself. And that's what happened to me too. I just literally did not want to be by myself because I really didn't like the things that came into my mind. So whenever you're by yourself, whenever you're in silence, make sure that you, as I said it too with the sensory perceptions, you just need to observe whatever is going on in your mind. When you're by yourself and when you're observing these thoughts, just allow them to come, because your mind is never going to stop. We all know that we cannot stop our mind, but we can observe it and we can be there as a guardian of our thoughts, the thought patterns, and just to, you know, catch it on time and just to allow it. And as soon as you allow it, it will pass by. It literally will not bother you. All you need to do is to sense this field of consciousness that's within you. Now, how do you do that? When you're in silence, when you're laying down home, you don't have to be in silence, but the best way to start practicing it is when you're alone, when you're in silence. So when you're laying down in the middle of the night and there's so many thoughts going through your mind, all you need to do is to allow them to come. Accept these thoughts, observe these thoughts, and at the same time, be in the field of your consciousness. Now, there's a really, really great practice for this, and this is how I was able to manifest this. I was able to connect back to this whole consciousness that I am. Just basically put your hands out here and close your eyes. Now, when you do that, you're gonna ask yourself a question. How do I still know that I have hands? How do I still know that my hands are there? So I'm gonna let you answer this question for yourself. I'm gonna give you a few seconds. How do you know that your hands are still there even when you cannot sense it with your sensory perceptions? How do you know that? So I'm gonna give it away. It's actually a very simple answer. So you just feel them, right? You feel your hands whenever you're not seeing them, whenever you're not looking at them, you still feel them. Now, it wouldn't be possible without the flow of energy that's within you. Flow of energy that's literally guiding you through this life. So when you're able to feel it in your hands, the next step would be is to bring it over to your feet. So whenever you're able to feel it in your feet, in no time you'll be able to feel it in your whole body. You'll be able to channel this energy through your body, the field of consciousness. And that's what's gonna get you out of thinking. Because when you are focused, when your mind is occupied, when your mind is focusing on something, in this case it's the inner body, the field of energy that you are, it will be occupied, as I said it too, so it won't be able to focus on two different things at the same time. You won't be able to overthink. You won't be able to focus up here because your attention is somewhere else. And when you come to this realization, you just don't want to overthink anymore. You know, you are there as the field of consciousness. You're there. And everything arises from the field of your consciousness. Your thoughts do. So your thoughts are just gonna be a part of your consciousness, a tiny part of your consciousness that you will know exactly how to handle, how to accept, and how to just not give them enough power to take over your whole existence. When you're able to live by it, you have arrived. Congratulations, you're home. There's nothing else you need to strive for on the external level, because you're already gonna feel fulfilled. You're already gonna feel in peace. You're already gonna feel like you had achieved everything in life. And it doesn't matter what's gonna happen to you on the external level. You will take it as it comes, one by one, step by step. Take it as it comes and just be there as an observer. Just be there as this field of consciousness, the unconditioned field of consciousness that's within every single one of us. And not only us, but everything around you, everything that surrounds you, it's part of it. Just think about the universe. The universe have objects in it, right? All the stars, the planets, but it also has its own space, the field of space where all these objects arise from. Now you are one of the objects on this planet, and this field of consciousness, the field of space that's within you, it's in there. It just needs to be explored. And as soon as you're able to channel this through you, life will make sense. Life will do good to you. Life will literally just guide you through everything that you're going through in your life. You're not gonna be labeling things as bad or good. You're just gonna be accepting everything that comes along the way, and you're gonna take everything step by step. And when you're able to do this on the external level, there's nothing that can strike you. There's nothing that can bring you down anymore, because you are this foundation that you are, and you're just gonna feel balanced. You know, you're always gonna be in balance, so nothing can really get you out of balance anymore. Maybe, you know, if something comes for a couple of seconds, for a couple of minutes, and then you just sink back into this field that you are in, that you're supposed to be in. But unfortunately, in our civilization, in a long time, humans have not been able to recognize this. But it's within you, my friend, and I want you to realize this, because your life will literally change. All right guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. If you have not subscribed to this channel yet, make sure you do it, so you will catch me next time when I upload next. And until next time, namaste guys.